Welcome to committee.
Thank you. Chairman Jones, Ranking Member Robinson, and members of the Conference Committee for House Bill 9, I sincerely thank you for the opportunity to speak here today. My name is Scott Gainer. I'm the CFO Treasurer of the Cleveland Heights University Heights City Schools. I've been with our district 25 years. I know you've heard from our board members, students, and the superintendent already, so I'll try not to repeat too much of what they've already shared with you, but the advocacy that Cleveland Heights is showing on this ed choice situation really is just showing the significant impact the program has on our district. We're an inner-ring suburb of Cleveland, fairly stable enrollment, around 5,100 students, primarily residential. 84% of our property taxes come from homeowners. We don't have a significant commercial or industrial tax base as many of our surrounding districts in Cuyahoga County do. We're considered a wealthy district based on the funding formula. Our state share is 36%, but our student body is high poverty, and we have significant mobility as most first-ring districts do. We have a high special needs population at nearly 20% and offer a significant number of AP classes, as well as a robust arts program and many other academic and extracurricular opportunities for our students. The Ed Choice deduction from our state funding for the current school year is $7.1 million. This is the sixth highest deduction in the state, behind the large urbans Columbus, Cincinnati, Toledo, Dayton, and Akron. When one considers that we received $21 million in foundation funding, we're losing 33% of our state funding, which is the highest ratio in the state. As I mentioned, our enrollment's relatively stable, but the Ed Choice deduction is increasing at an alarming rate. In 2017, we had 476 vouchers with a $2.3 million deduction. 2018, 680 vouchers with a $3.2 million deduction. 2019, 884 vouchers with a $4.2 million deduction. And in 2020, 1,416 vouchers with a $7.1 million deduction. All the while, our enrollment remains at just under 5,100 students. 94% of the Ed Choice vouchers users have never attended our schools. We're not losing students to Ed Choice, we are losing dollars to Ed Choice. Exacerbating the funding drain is the fact that even though our state shares 36%, the sharp increase in ADM due to the Ed Choice enrollment has driven us off of the formula in 2017 and put us under the cap in 18 and 19. And of course, we have frozen funding for the current biennium, so we're not even receiving the full state share. We stretched our last operating levy in 2016 a year longer than it was intended to last, primarily through staff reductions, and expected to go on the ballot this year at relatively low millage, all the while fighting this uphill battle against the growing Ed Choice drain on our funding. Then the high school was designated Ed Choice this year due to graduation rate, and 350 new vouchers were deducted, and only 12 of those students had previously attended our schools. Costs for school districts are step fixed. A district needs to lose a substantive number of students to cut costs to students across multiple grade levels and multiple buildings. Generally don't allow for a student to cut it, or the district, to cut a teacher, stop running a bus, stop heating a building. But for our district, they aren't even students lost. They're students who never attended, nor did they ever intend to. The fact that we were previously receiving less than $2,000 in state funding per student, yet had $4,650 or $6,000 deducted, and this year received no additional state funding for the 600 new voucher students we have, yet still have that same $4,650 or $6,000 deducted. It doesn't make sense to residents. It defies logic, so they choose to literally not believe that it's true, even when we show them data from the Ohio Department of Education. And on top of that, with our levy this year in March, residents are being told by our critics in the media that they should vote no because the legislature is going to fix this and that the district could possibly receive money back. House Bill 9 does remove many of our buildings from Ed Choice status, but 3 would remain. It also doesn't help with the ongoing deduction that's currently happening, and we simply can't afford to continue to have these significant deductions while waiting for the students to matriculate. Our community is inclusive and diverse. That's why we have so many non-public school options. We celebrate that. We don't want to vilify families for the choices they make, but having dollars intended for public school students being taken is untenable and makes even many of our school supporters unwilling to pass levies when they know it's to fill a hole for using tax dollars that are going to religious and private schools who aren't held to the same standards as we are and can choose who they want to educate. This dynamic is divisive and unsustainable for all parties involved. It's the mission and privilege of the Cleveland Heights University Heights City School District to educate any and all students who come to us regardless of circumstance, disability, or socioeconomic status. That is costly, so we respectfully ask that the state fund all Ed Choice vouchers directly and end deductions of money from public schools. Thank you.
Thank you.